Hey St. Elmo's Fire, it is the weekend after the big game. The big one. That game that ends the one sport. The American sport? Football? I'm not allowed to say the actual name of said game, but I'm a marketing person. That's kind of what I do. Make ads, make different materials to convince people to buy things, and support a brand's messaging and what they want to offer their customers. Benefits, whether they be tangible or intangible. So when it comes to the big game, the superb owl, if you will, and while it doesn't have much to do with owls or their amazingness, clearly, when it comes to that game, I am in to watch the commercials. Every single ad comes under close scrutiny under my eye. So without further ado, let me share with you my top 10 Superb Owl awards. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to be linking all of the videos up here if you want to see them for yourself, just in case you missed them the first time around. First up on the list is the secret deodorant commercial known as the Red Zone. There's a woman eagerly munching on chips as she nervously watches what's going on screen and then owns everyone around her as she explains exactly why they should be doing what they're doing. It's a fun little commercial and it shows that, hey, girls know a little bit about football too. Number 9 on the list is a T-Mobile commercial, and while they ran several during the game, only one of them really caught my eye. This is the one involving Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg, which, while I still think is a little bit of a strange combination, they managed to play it off really well. There's a lot of fun wordplay going on, and, well, you get the point pretty quickly. Number 8 on our list comes from Tide, and this one made the list not just because it was a really cool kind of play of visuals as Terry Bradshaw tries to clean up his shirt as fast as possible. We also had the bonus of it took quite a bit of effort to make this commercial really pull off. You have a moment as it begins where you actually question, is this actually happening live on air? And then it quickly turns into an ad for, hey, you need to clean up your shirt because it's got a little stain. Next up on the list is something that had some really cool animation going on, and that's Honda's Yearbooks commercial showcasing the CR-V. They took famous personas, a lot of different celebrities, and animated their yearbooks, so they're giving out great advice to you. Honda's tagline has long been the power of dreams, and they definitely show why those dreams are so powerful in this one. Number 6 on the list started off really awkward, because I mean, Mr. Clean's cool and all. He's got the shiny dome, he's definitely keeping your place clean, and he looks good in white. But the final reveal of this commercial really makes it, and it kind of pays off for all of the attractive dancing going on. Number 5 on my list made good use of the acting chops of Melissa McCarthy. The Kia Niro commercial, which was all about saving the planet one disaster at a time, was an excellent use of slapstick comedy, and Melissa McCarthy was so much fun to watch. Number 4 on the list was the very timely, quite a bit political ad from 84 Lumber. Now 84 Lumber is a building company, and they were talking about the building of a wall. Yeah, that wall. But instead of going where you think it's going, it tells a beautiful story about a family who is just trying to find a better life. They kind of point out at the end that if you build things, you're welcome here. Number 3 on our list had another great message behind it. This was the ad from Audi, and the reason it beats out the 84 Lumber one is because you actually got to see the whole thing as it aired. They were attacking the idea of equal pay for women, and they did an awesome job of showing, hey, I want better for my children. Now, they still have yet to prove how they're exactly making this happen in real life, but the message came across loud and clear. Number 2 on my list was the ever funny avocados from Mexico. They've advertised a couple times in the previous Super Bowls, and everyone has been a knock it out of the park situation. I love the humor of this, of what actually happens when a secret society meets social media, and they're not quite figuring out how exactly that's gonna work. I highly recommend taking the look at the extended version because it's a whole lot funnier than what you saw on TV. And here it is, the official, the number 1, the superbest of the owl Super Bowl spots. This was Hyundai's commercial. And it won for me not only because of the story it told, but the marvel of what it took to pull this ad off. See, this ad was shot during the game, and it was fortunate enough to air right before it ended. And while it wasn't officially a part of the big game, it aired right after things ended, and it was a beautiful story. Hyundai actually split a camera crew into 2 parts. They sent one to the game and one to a remote military base in another country. What they did was they set up 3 rooms where they were able to bring service members who were on the base into a room, and they were able to experience the game with their families. Their families were sitting up in the stands with a teddy bear with a 360 camera mounted on its head. They were able to see their loved ones on screen, and the service members got an awesome view and probably one of the best seats in the house. It was a little bit emotional, and it does not cease to amaze me what it took to pull this off. They shot it during the first part of the game, then they had to edit it together, and then they had to get it approved by the NFL, the network, and the military before they were allowed to put it on air. It's a little bit of a time crunch, and I'm sure it was very stressful for all involved, but I think the payoff was not just for our viewing pleasure, it was for the people that this ad impacted as well. And it was a moment to appreciate a brand that wasn't doing it just so they could show off their new car. They really wanted to find some way that they could use the time and money spent on the Super Bowl ad to do a little good as well. So there you have it. Those are my top 10 ads of the big game. As always, you can go down below to the YouTube Ad Blitz channel, which is where you can find all the Super Bowl commercials, and check out and let me know what your favorites were as well. I look forward to doing this again, and hey, there may be a round 2 of the awards next year. Thanks for watching, guys.